Oh my God. Oh my lordy lord. Hello everybody, welcome back to another banging episode of Talking That Nonsense with your host, me, Michael. Looks like we're on our 26th installment of Talking That Nonsense. Never in my wildest dreams, people. Let's see, obviously no send-its. I said last week that I would start send-its. I just haven't really got around to it. So, I'll get around to it. But anyway, today's episode, if you guys didn't see last week's episode, Love and Siege, I suggest that you it's either going to be up here. I still need to, I gotta remember, it's either up here or up here. Anyway, but still, yeah, it was about Love and Siege, and I want you to take a guess. What do you think Love and Siege means? Okay, if I was to sum up that video in any form, it'd be emotional, I'll admit. So today we're going to do an update on my very episode 6 relationship rambles 4 months ago with 116 views. I want this video, and I want generational coping to get up there, and generational coping has got up there. Generational coping is at 80 views. We're going good in the neighborhood. But anyway, updated version of Relationship Rambles, because I was talking to one of my friends. I was talking to like everybody, and I was talking to my one and only but anyway, they were like, hey, I think you should do an episode talking about relationships and everything. He's like, I saw you did another one, but like, and then I understand what they were saying. I was like, I made that episode 4 months ago with the intention of saying all this, but unfortunately, I was unable to like cover it, because like I said, relationship rambles. It was relationship ramble. I said when it comes to relationships, there is a whole lot of stuff. Okay, so you can think about this as part 2. This is relationship rambles, the second coming. I wonder how I'm gonna fit all that in a title. I'll figure it out. Anyway. Yes, relationships. We all know relationships. Okay, I'm gonna go cover all the friendships, relationships, like, you know what I mean by relationships, and anything in between. Like I mean, it's different for different people, like what constitutes a relationship and everything. So I was just like, wait a minute, let me look at this right quick. 1 second, excuse me. I'll give you a new one the next time we hang out, okay? Wear the hair tie. That's some good stuff right there, you know. You're pretty funny. But I still love you. Anyway. Anyway, like I was saying, relationship rambles, okay? First of all, friendships. Okay. I've seen them all. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, I've seen the ugly. You've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? We know what makes a good relationship, or a friendship for that matter. And I ask you, but first I'll tell my view. What makes a good friendship, okay? See, when it comes to friends, I want to be able to trust my friends, naturally. And that goes, that bounces around in the bubble of relationships as a whole. So when I say trustworthy, that goes with relationships, like regular, like loving relationships, like on a dating sense, and like a friendship and stuff like that. All that by default needs to have trust. No, there's no and, but, or whatever. No, all that by default needs to have trust. You have a friend, okay? You guys have been friends for the longest time. You know what I mean? Longest time. And imagine if you, like I said, were together with friends for the longest time, and you had to go and ruin that friendship over your pride, you know? It was a good thing. We had a good thing going too. Man, it was quite literally perfect. Wait a second. I got a quote from one of my favorite TV shows that I can tie in with this. 1 second. Okay. In lack of a better term, when I was saying like that, everything was perfect and you had to get it all destroyed by your pride, I was like, we had a good thing too. You stupid female dog. We had a friendship. We had more friends. We had everything we needed. It all ran like clockwork. You could have just shut your mouth, just made your friends, and made... I butchered it. Okay, I butchered it. It was supposed to be a Breaking Bad quote. It was we had a good thing going. It all ran like clockwork. But like I said, let me see if I can chop it up. It says, we had a good thing going too, you son of a bee. We had fring. We had a lab. We had everything we needed. It all ran like clockwork. You could have just shut your mouth, cooked, and made as much money as you ever needed. It was perfect. But no, you just had to blow it up. You just had, you and your pride and your ego, you just had to be the man. If you would have done your job, known your place, we would all be fine right now. Most infamous line. Well, yeah. Apart from the say my name. But anyway, before I got tripped up into that, remember when I was talking about my nonsense 2 episodes ago, maybe, how I said I have to put a rope, like when I go dive into my hole of nonsense, I have to have a rope around my waist, so before I jump into the hole, I have to be able to pull myself out like I just did, because if I didn't, we would still be talking about Breaking Bad right now, but we have to get back on track. Relationships. So like I said, you got a friendship, and it's built on the foundation of trust, okay? These beams say trust on them. Like, trust is everything. Literally. And some people seem to take that trust for granted. What I say when it comes to trust is expensive. Trust is expensive. What do you think I mean by that? We all have our own interpretations of what that means, but I want to know what you think. What do you think I mean by when I say trust is expensive? Because it's going to be a point in time where some person's put so much trust in you and then you just ruin it. And you're at the point where you've done something so heinous that they don't want to truly give you their trust again. Like, that's pretty bad. You had to do something terrible if nobody could trust you. Wait, that's the dinner bell. 1 second. I tell you, nothing beats chicken nuggets, a large Sprite, a large fry after a long maniacal day of work at school. Do a little mukbang with me. Anyway, see how comfortable I am? Excuse me. I'm comfortable enough to sit here in front of a microphone and eat food with you, while I also crap talk other people. That's commendable. But anyway, I was like, is the dinner bell ringing? Yeah. But anyway, what I've noticed a lot lately are fake friends. Now you're probably wondering, what's a fake friend? A pseudo acquaintance, a pseudo friend, fake. Name's pretty self-explanatory. Person that fakes being your friend. Now, actually, now that you think about it, I think it was I don't mean to yell if I'm yelling, but I think it was Relationship Rambles, where I talked about the relationship trophy complex. Do you remember the relationship trophy complex? Quite literally, people get into a friendship, a relationship, and they treat that person as a trophy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I pulled this person, and I and this and that. Those type of people are scum of the earth. Absolute terrible people. Really, they're bad. Like, people that just get into friendships with ulterior motives in mind, they're terrible people. Pseudo friends, people. We hate them. And hate is a very strong word that I don't use often, but that's the only word I can use to describe it. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. It's even worse. Listen, it's even worse when it's not a friendship, but you're in a relationship with another person. Now, listen. When it comes to friendships and like being in a, like a dating relationship, I don't even know how else to describe it. Hashtag not sponsored, by the way. But anyway, when you get into, like, I guess you could say a loving relationship, still trying to think of a word. Oh yeah, sweet and sour sauce at McDonald's is the best. Fight me in the comments below. Anyway, also, McDonald's has the best fries. It's Riley's and then McDonald's. No, yeah, Riley's and then McDonald's. But I can eat McDonald's fries every day. If I decided to be your average American, that is. But I'm not your average American. I'm Michael freaking Reddick. That's my rebuttal to everything like that. Let me go off topic for a moment. When people are like, oh, well, I'm scared because the other people I was with, or other people did this, and, when I become somebody's friend, when I date somebody, I do more than just reassure them that I'm not like the other guys, you know what I mean? Not like I want to be sitting there like, oh, I'm one of the good guys, which in a way I am, but listen, it's pretty sad. Let's think about it this way. Hear me out. There are people today, right now, well, not anymore. There's one less person now, but there are people that are in relationships that get denied the basic necessities. And you're probably asking, oh, Michael, what do you mean by denied the basic necessities in a relationship? You know? What I mean by basic necessities, love, attention, appreciation, all that good stuff. Like, I'm not saying, oh, well, you guys gotta hold hands, you guys gotta French kiss every single time. That's not what I mean. I mean, how did I burp and cough at the same time? What? That was weird. But anyway, listen, you have people, what I hate, hear me out. What I also hate, I'm going to go off on another sub-tangent, is when you get into a relationship, okay, and almost like while you're out in public with said person, you act a whole different way. I mean, let me elaborate on that. Let's say you were going out with some friends, and behind closed doors, you know what I mean, like when you two are alone, you guys just sit there, hold hands, maybe a little kiss on the cheek, a little peck on the lip, all that good stuff. That's just, normal stuff, basic stuff. What I hate is when, as soon as you get out there with your buddies, all of a sudden you forget all that. Like, there are people that go out with their partner, and they won't even hold their hand. But as soon as nobody's looking, they'll hold their hand again. Why do you think they do that? Why do you think people will go the extra mile in a relationship they say they love that totally isn't a trophy complex to do that? Unless what? Unless they're embarrassed to be around you? Unless they're nervous? They're worried about other people? You guys need to understand this. When you're in a relationship with somebody and you truly love the person, it doesn't matter what other people think. Like right now, I love how I'm just eating in your face. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But I'm hungry. And no sacrifice is too great for food. But anyway. Me, for example. I'm dating somebody. Love of my life. Love this person a lot. I really do. And this is not me being sarcastic. Like, I truly do love this person. And I'm pretty sure if they're watching now, they're probably blushing. But anyway, I showed them how much I love, but telling them, doing nice cute gestures, like teddy bears and stuff like that, and just being, not being afraid to show everybody else, that we're together, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind walking around anywhere in public, holding hands on. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I put the effort in. You know what I mean? And other people will be like, oh, well, you're dating this person? Well, I heard this and this. What really annoys me, and this doesn't even have to be, this goes with everything as a whole, like I said before, when we're inside the bubble of relationships, this goes with friendships, relationships, and all that good stuff. When you're with this person and another person comes out of the blue and starts saying all this nasty crap about this person, you better watch out, or you better be careful with this one. Like, how funny you weren't spewing this crap before, but now that I'm with this person, you're gonna start now? I said, that's not very cash money. So, with me, you know me, you guys love me, or at least I hope so. But listen, it takes a lot to make me unlike you, to make me dislike you. It takes a lot to make me dislike you. I'm a very open-minded, I'm a very nice person, from at least what I've been told, and I just think so in general. But I'm a very nice person, okay? It takes a lot, and I mean a lot, before you get on my my crap list, before you get in my doghouse, before you're on my crap, my hit list, you know what I mean? Before you're on my bad side. But it takes a lot for that, okay? And because this is not the first time. This happens loads of times. Because my ability to make friends with everybody and be friends with people that people normally wouldn't be friends with. And people are like, why are you friends with this person? Because I said I'm a good person. Well, this person did this and this. I'll play the devil's advocate, and I'll sit there, okay? People are going to say all this and this. I say, okay, listen, this is true. I'll figure it out on my own. You know what I mean? I will not let somebody else's, somebody else change my perception of said person. You know what I mean? This goes for anybody, in fact. Somebody's over here talking crap about one of my best friends, and they're like, oh, well, he did this and this. I'm like, whatever you say, like, let's just get this straight. That you will not be able to change the perception that I have for this person. Unless I, like, slowly begin to put the pieces together myself. Until I see this person's, like, well, this person's rude and abusive and all this and that. Okay. That's an accusation. That's fine. And then I'll start investigating myself. And if that's the case, then I guess we're just not friends anymore. But I hate that there are people out there that deliberately do that. That go out and try to make you not like this person. I don't like that. People like that make me sick, honestly. They make me sick to my stomach. They make me physically ill. But anyway. You know what an abusive relationship is. Let's get into it. Matter of fact, no, wait. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to stop eating the crap because we're getting ready to talk about something serious. Trigger warning, anybody that's watching this, we're getting ready to talk about abusive relationships, so if things like that make you squirmy, I suggest you skip a couple minutes in the video. I don't know when I'm going to stop, because I'm not that good at, yeah, anyway. Yeah, so, last episode 9, I think it was, of Relationship Rambles, no, episode 6, Relationship Rambles, we talked about the good, the bad, the ugly in relationships, and abusive. Not only do I want to renew that, but I just want to, not only like touch on the basics, but I just want to renew that, reinvigorate that statement of, like, listen, what falls under like an abusive, like, believe it or not, cheating is abusive. Okay? You're in a relationship with somebody and you cheat on somebody, I will personally take that. I'll take that as a form of abuse. May not be physical. I think of it more as a psychological thing, because you're pitting that person through all this mental anguish. Because, especially, get into a relationship. Let's say, for example, you were in a relationship for a very long time, 3 to 4 years. Yeah, you were in a relationship for 3 to 4 years. And, you had a good thing going. You had everything you needed. It all ran like clockwork. It was perfect. But no, you just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego. You just had to be the man. If you would have just shut your mouth, done your job, which is be a good partner, you would all be happy right now. But listen, no, don't mean to get too off. But anyway, you're in a 3 to 4 year long relationship. Everything's going good. And within those 3 years, everything seemed to be good. And then, let's say, somebody cheats. 3 years to 4 years. Lover of 3 to 4 years cheats on you. That's not very cool. Never. And what I hate the most is when people cheat and it's plain as day. It's as clear as glass. And they try to backpedal. They try to play it off. They try to worm their way out of it. And my most hate is a strong word, but that's the only word I can use to describe it, is when they get caught doing something as insensitive and as heinous as that, they try to play the victim. I hate that. Hate's a strong word. That's the only way I can describe it. People that cheat on other people, and then when they get caught and their entire narrative goes crumbling down, they try to play the victim. I really, really, really dislike those type of people. It's a dang shame. But me personally, I would never. Me personally, I would never. But people that do that are the scummiest of the scummiest. And after you pull a technique like that, after you pull a maneuver, it was bad enough that you cheated, but then you backpedaled, you tried to play it off, and you tried to play the victim at the same time. Not only do you not deserve that relationship, but you do not deserve any type of relationship ever. Ever. You don't deserve to be with anybody after that. There's no coming back from that, okay? Yeah, there's still plenty of fish in the sea, but quite frankly, I would think I would be pretty satisfied if you found nobody. I'll be pretty satisfied. But, you know, and then it really gets me when they feed into their own delusion of like, hey, yeah, I'm right, and they psych themselves up like, yeah, I'm not the bad guy, they are the bad guy, and I'm right because it makes sense in my head, and it doesn't make sense, and I don't care if it doesn't make any sense in any other's head, as long as I'm right, that's all that matters. Game over. No, you're done. Alfreda's Arrivederci. What is it? It's goodbye in German. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Something like that. Adios, arrivederci, all that good stuff. You're gone. Deuces. Bye-bye. Farewell. You're gone. You're done. I hate it so much. So, cheaters. And, like, it's so painfully obvious that you cheated. I hate when it's so painfully obvious that you cheated and you keep lying to yourself and saying you didn't when you did. Come on. And then when everybody gets on your case, like, you did this and you were wrong for doing it. Oh, no. Almost feels like everybody's up against you because you did something terrible. And then you're like, man, I don't like how this feels. Oh no, not the consequences, not you facing the consequences of your own actions. For every action, there is an opposite but equal reaction. Anyway, cheaters. We do not tolerate cheaters. And that goes for every point. Like, and I don't want to sit down and ground it to, like, excuse me. I don't want to sit there and ground it to the, you know, just relationships. Like, this is, like, cheating can work in friendships, too. And, you know, it may not be that extreme, but, like, you know what I mean. And I want you to, you know, take that as you will. You can cheat on your best friend. Trust me. Trust me. You can. You just got to know how to. And for the sick people that have figured out a way to cheat on their best friends, cheating on your best friend is basically just, in the word, just like pseudo friends. That's basically what it is, just pseudo friends, pseudo friend tactics. But pushing away from the cheating, and now we're going to get to the, you know, a little bit more sensitive stuff, such as abuse, more in-depth abuse. So we know, like I said, to some people cheating might not be abusive, but cheating is abusive. To me, it is mental, psychological abuse. Because of the anguish you put that person through, especially when you try to get back together. Nah. But anyway, now we're gonna get a little heavy here. So Like I said, if you're sensitive to abuse, we're going to start talking about like physical abuse and everything. So if you're a little sensitive to stuff like this, things might get a little graphic, because when I talk about this stuff, I like have a wheel in my head and it's turning and it's spurting out other stuff. So like I said, you get squeamish about this stuff. I don't know, skip a couple minutes ahead or something, but things are going to get pretty heavy. Like I said, we all can collectively agree that sexual abuse is no laughing matter. Sexual abuse is terrible. It's just terrible. It's, well, physically degrading at first. It's inhumane. It's terrible. And I hate when people get into relationships only for, like, the intercourse aspect of it. Like, well, I got with this person not because I really like the person, but I really like the person's body. So I started dating he or she because of their body. That happens way too often, at least where I'm at. It happens way too often. Way too often around here, that I would like to admit. It happens a lot. I hear about it a lot. Because people talk to me about the relationships and they're like, I'm pretty sure he just wants me for my body, but I love him and I don't want to break up with him. Stuff like that, you got to. I know it hurts. Listen. When you're in an abusive relationship and the person is abusive, but you still love the person, and you know what they do to you is bad, but you don't want to leave them because they have made you feel a way that no other person has done before. I know. It's almost like you're skipping on a perfect deal to $1 million. You know what I mean? But a relationship goes both ways. Both partners, both people, both participants are supposed to like have the same amount of respect, have the same amount of, feel, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's opinion matters in that relationship. There's not just one person that's right and always right, and there's not always this person that's wrong and is always wrong, and if they say an opinion, their opinion is invalid. No, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. But it hurts me to think about the fact that there are people out here that are in relationships that get sexually abused on the daily. Like, I've been with this boy for X, Y, and Z long, and every time he comes over and I just want him over for like movies or just to hang out with their family, he's always trying to get in my pants. And I'm like, really? Yeah, he is. Yeah, she is. Because that type of stuff goes both ways, by the way. No, that goes both ways. Men can be abused too. Females can get abused too. But he's like, yeah, I just want to go hang out. He's always. And he would get upset. They would get upset when we didn't do it. And then he would like use some type of tactic on me, guilt trip me into wanting to do it. Now we're starting to slowly touch upon like the edges on the borders of like rape at this point. You know what I mean? And he said if I didn't do it, then that means I don't want to touch them and I'm not in love with them and I don't love them and all this stuff like that. Which in turn makes the person that is being gaslit like that feel terrible. Like, oh my God, I must be a terrible person. I can't do this to my partner. I can't please. No. No. That's not cool at all. To any degree. So if you're in a relationship like that, get out of it. And I know it's easier said than done. Because like I said, you could be in a relationship of 3 to 4 years and this person could have been doing this to you. And you know it's bad, but you love the person so much. I know it hurts. But in the end, the sad truth is, like I said, I know it hurts, but unfortunately it's going to hurt one person more than the other. Because like I said, that person more than likely had ulterior motives. And people that have ulterior motives in relationships don't deserve a relationship at all. At all. Not a single one. People that do that, people that gaslight you and do all this stuff and threaten to hurt themselves and all this other bull crap to get you to sleep with them, deserve the utmost of contempt. They're not good people. Quite frankly, I wouldn't even call them people. I would call them a different breed of subhuman. There's a subhuman to the subhuman. You're a different breed of subhuman. You're a different breed of subhuman to the subhuman. That even the subhumans were just puzzled by that breed of subhuman. I'm calling you a monster, by the way. This it's sad to think about that people go through this. It's not just the mental, it's the sexual, just everything. And like financial abuse, you know what I mean. You know what financial abuse is, bruh. But I don't need to explain too much what a financial abuse is. But what I see more, it's more of the mental and physical abuse than anything. And it's not like one's worse than the other. No, they're all very, very bad, and they all should never occur. And it pains me to see, like I said, no longer, but it pains me to see when people in a relationship that is obviously toxic, and one person has ulterior motives, and the other person just wants to be loved. And I also hate when that person finally breaks up with that terrible person and they try to come back, claw their way back, say they're not going to do it again, and all this crap like that. Like, I'm sorry I made a mistake. No, you're not sorry because you hurt me. You're sorry because you got caught. And now you're going to conjure up a different way for another 3 years to see how you can just ruin it. You're a monster if you do things like that. I hate those type of people. And hate is a strong word. That's the only word I can use to describe it. I hate to hate the feeling. And I hate to see people upset. But look at us now. Happy as can be. Right as rain. And I tell you, we're going to have a third part to this. So we're going to have Relationship Rambles, Second Coming, and then we're going to have a third coming. Something like that. But it almost seems like my time here has expired. I tell you, man. 37 minutes, about 38 minutes of just nonstop. Like, a good majority of it was just me taking up by eating, okay? And, like I said, hopefully you guys didn't get too squeamish. Maybe I broke the tension with me munching on a 20-piece McNugget and 2 large fry and a giant cup of Sprite. But unfortunately, like I said, our time here has expired. I want you to go out and do something you enjoy. Go read a book. Go play some video games. Go make a puzzle. Go finish a puzzle with the family, okay? Go play Call of Duty with your mom. Run circles around her, teabag your mother in Call of Duty. Because at the end of the day, nobody is more important than you. Look at us now. We're near the end. I love to see it. I want you guys to enjoy yourselves. Because 2023 is your year. Don't forget that. Do not forget 2023 is your year. Then again, my name is Michael. You've been watching that nonsense. You've been watching that. I like that. But then again, my name is Michael. This has been Talking That Nonsense. And also, I want you guys to do what you do best. What is that, Michael? What is that? Be good people. See y'all later. Have a fantastic day. I love you.